It's a great day to be a Falcon here at Wichita Heights High School, and I would like to welcome you all to my presentation here for the beginning of the year in service about People First Language and how we should address all students. And here we go. Topics of discussion are: what is People First Language, PFL? Why does this matter? Why are we addressing it during in-service? What is the improper way to address students? And what is a more appropriate language to use? Some facts, and these facts blew my mind, people. People with disabilities constitute our nation's largest minority group. It is the most inclusive, yet most diverse group of people. It is the only group that any person can join at any time, meaning you are either born with it, or if you get in an accident or a wreck or something, then you might become disabled in some sort of way, and therefore you're part of the group. So someone can join at any time in their life. 61 million adults in the United States report having some form of a disability. People with disabilities are not broken. A person with a disability is more like people without disabilities than different. Just think about that for a second. These facts again just blew my mind. So what is People First Language? People First Language was described as a way to communicate appropriately and respectfully with and about an individual with a disability. It puts the person before the disability. It describes what the person has, not what the person is, and we will get to examples shortly. It demonstrates good manners and respect, and it changes the way we see a person, and it changes how a person sees themselves, a person with disabilities. So this is kind of what the research said that People First Language was. Critique of how our language right now at Wichita Heights, even if you're not being intentional, you're not intentionally doing this, it is still disrespectful. It's just the same. Sometimes we use these as insults and slurs, and we don't even realize it. These are some of the words we need to stop using. The words like retard, whether that's slang or for real. The normal students, he's learning disabled, handicap parking or bathroom. She's autistic, and a spaz. So now that we've critiqued our current language, which we need to change, here's some tips to promote and use People First Language. Remember, the person always comes first. It's a person has, or a person who, or a person with, not a person is. Very distinct difference there. We want to emphasize abilities, not limitations. Like, we don't want to say they can't talk. We want to say a person who uses a device to speak. We don't want to use language that suggests the lack of something, like they're a midget or cerebral palsy victim. We want to say a person with cerebral palsy. We need to say it's the need for accessibility, not a disability, which goes into the whole fact that we need to say accessible parking or accessible bathroom, not handicap parking or handicap bathroom. Avoid negative stereotypes, like saying crippled or lame, deformed, say a person with a physical disability. Another tip is to use a clinical name if possible. Be aware of invisible disabilities, and of course always ask the person how they want to be described. So form that relationship when you're comfortable and ask them, well, how do you want me to address you, or how do you want me to introduce you in public? So make sure you have a good relationship and you ask the person how they want to be described. These are just some general tips that we here at Heights need to use when we use People First Language. So examples. We always learn by examples. I'm big on examples. So do not use handicap parking, use accessible parking. Do not say normal kids, use children without disabilities. Do not use she has problems with reading. Say she uses extended time or read alouds. Don't say Sally is nonverbal. Say she communicates with Braille, or she communicates this way or that way. Do not say John is autistic. Say John has autism. That whole John is versus John has. Do not say Anne is crippled and deformed. Say Anne has a physical disability. And there are many, many more descriptors and words that we need to change. These are just a few examples from non-examples that we don't want to use anymore to great examples of People First Language. So I hope that you reflect and some more come to you that you need to change and transform on your own. Words do matter, tying this to an end, bringing this to an end. Words do matter. This isn't about being politically correct. This is just about being respectful, demonstrating the golden rule, and knowing that all students matter and we need to respect all students. And realize this, the sooner we begin using a more respectful and accurate language, the sooner we create positive change at Heights High School. I appreciate you listening, and here are my references if you would like more information. A couple pages here, and I really hope you enjoyed my presentation. Have a great evening.